Sorry, can we ask your name again?
Yeah, so
Your name again.
my name's Eddie.
Eddie, yeah, we're doing a live stream now, Eddie. You agree with that? So Sean's going to ask you some questions.
So basically, we're here in Superhumans, and basically, Eddie is an absolute hero because he's a fellow humanitarian. He's come out here off his own back to support and evacuate the Ukrainians, and he's ended up, you know, on the other end of this Russian, you know, this illegal Russian invasion and Russian aggression, and he's lost his arm and your leg as a result of it. And your vehicle is clearly backed up as a humanitarian vehicle, and this just shows you the lack of any sort of civilized, you know, civilized behaviour from the Russians, and lack of respect for international law and the law of armed conflict. So you know, it's disgusting, absolutely disgusting, and I'm amazed at the positivity that you're radiating. And you said that your negativity was.
Negativity stored in my left arm. You know, I've got about 7 centimetres of bone left in there, so I'm not going to say I'm completely positive all the time.
And you've been here since 2022.
Yeah, so I arrived October 22. Initially followed the full scale from the start. Wanted to get involved somehow, but wasn't too sure, and then found out about the humanitarian stories and these humanitarian workers. So I looked into that, found out about, bought myself a pickup truck in the end of around October time, and then drove over here. What was meant to be 3 months has turned into 3.5 years. I live here; it's my home now.
And can I ask, when did the attack on your humanitarian vehicle take place?
So this was 30th of January 2025. So just over a year ago, so about 14 months.
So you'd been working here quite a bit of time with helping people before you were cruelly hit, basically, and illegally hit.
I've done just almost 2.5 years in Ukraine, primarily living in Donbass and based in Kramatorsk. So we were working in that area and doing civilian evacuations out of Покровsk. Yeah, no, I've been here a while. I've already called it home. And after I was injured, I was offered the evacuation to go back to the UK, go to anywhere in Europe. But I said I'm staying in Ukraine.
And you're here.
Ukraine is home. So I made that decision, and then Superhumans picked me up after I got my medical treatment, and it's been fantastic here.
And this is the first time myself and Sean have come to this building, and it's just an amazing place. And we've only touched the surface yet, and we just. You know, it's just amazing. We've been in the hydrotherapy pool now.
Did you find that beneficial?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one of the big things for me was that I was a sailor before I came over here, so I love being in the water. And then one of the fun things about the pool, or one of the good things, is for a lot of our guys, it's the first time they can stand up and not be worried about falling over.
Yes.
So there's like that psychological aspect as well, and being able to be supported somewhere. And it's just nice to break out the schedule of being in the gym every day.
I'm just amazed at your smile and all the positivity, and it must spread to others. It's very important, and I take my hat off to you. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Now you're supporting Superhumans here, and what type of stuff are you supporting them with?
So my role is working in the PR department. I'm basically an ambassador, and so I do a lot of foreign travel. So I did this trip to Norway, which I arranged.
And this was a Paralympics event in para event in Norway.
Yeah.
And someone got a medal, I hear.
Yeah, we all got medals in participation. But Herman came second in his class, and 2 of the other guys came third and fourth in the same classes. So the guys did a fantastic job, and it was a really good opportunity to meet other para-athletes, get some really good support for what we're doing at Superhumans, and build some connections as well. So a lot of my job is working on building connections, working on introducing Western organisations to superhumans, and also working with guests, promoting the centre, showing off the centre. But a lot of my work is also advocacy work. So I work with foreign patients in superhumans. I provide them with support, provide them with, same as these guys in the peer department. I've been through the process. I know what to expect, so I can help the guys go through the process as well.
And everybody here has a disability through a limb or two limbs or whatever. And it's, everybody is working in different areas like psychology and sport and IT, and it's just everybody pushing everybody along.
You mentioned the peer department. This is quite unique to superhumans, really. What do they do really with the patients as opposed to like normal sort of administration versus psychology?
A lot of it is just we do direct evaluation, so we have some of our patients will turn up at our centre within 48 hours of arrival with their injury. We pick them up from the field hospital needs, bring them here, and at that stage, you're still coming off the adrenaline, you're still working out what the hell happened to you, and you're unsure of how you go forward in life. So a huge part of the peer is just showing where that future goes, showing what your options are.
Yeah.
We're all different stages down the line, different injuries, taking the injuries in different ways, and so when you have guys turn up with missing limbs, and the person that's treating them, one of the first person they meet is someone with similar disabilities, but is 2-3 years down the line, and is showing that they're living a full life and achieving so much, and so
it's still helping.
I think that's one of the big things, because I don't want to make it sound a thing, but like-minded people.
Exactly.
If you're seeing somebody with no limbs and they're doing this amazing thing, you're looking, well, yeah, I can do that, and it is like a good medicine. If anybody has suffered an illness or whatever, it's always nice when you're with people going through the same, because you think, they can do it, I can do it,
It shows they have a place as well. Like, one of the things that we are changing is the perception of disabled people.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Soviet Union, it was very much if you're disabled, you get pushed to the corners of society. Whereas here, we're not going, you are disabled, you need to be on a pedestal, everyone needs to bow at your feet. We're going, you can achieve everything you want to achieve. What do you want to achieve? For some people, that's going and doing sporting events, going and Paralympics, big stuff. For a lot of people, that's just going home and having a garden and wife with some kids. And we show them that that's whatever you want to do is possible. But just tell us what you want and we'll figure it out. And all these guys, Herman's got family and does sporting events, and a lot of the guys have some of our guys hold records, for what they've done. And it's just across the board, everyone's achieving stuff. And that's what we
And I take it that you are now fluent in Ukrainian?
No! a long way off. I need a Ukrainian wife to beat it into me. But I'll get there one day.
So what are do you intend staying now in Ukraine?
Yeah, Ukraine's home.
Yeah.
It's the longest I've been in one place since I was 18. And it's, this is the country that understands.
I think it does it to you anyway, when I say I'm coming out, people say to me, "You're happy, aren't you?" I say, "Yeah, I am happy. I know we're going to where we're going to, and it is a war zone, but I'm happy going there, not because I'm crazy or anything, but it gives you that warm feeling, even though they're in a war, and it is something you can't take away from it once you've been here."
It's doing good.
Yeah.
Especially once I think in the West we have a very westernized idea of what Eastern Europe is. And certainly from my point of view, I came here and I was like, this place is nothing like I expected.
Yeah.
It's a very selfish society.
Yeah.
There's really not a lot of helping other people goes on.
And you come here and it's everyone looks out for each other.
And I think it's a wake-up call as well, because I don't think anywhere in Europe could handle what Ukraine are doing. They would not be able to, to stand up this long to a tyrant like Putin.
But
And
it still doesn't mean they don't need help.
no,
You
I'm
know,
not saying
the Ukrainians
that. Yeah.
are unbroken. The
Yeah.
Ukrainians are resilient, and but they still need our support
Yeah,
to,
of course.
you know, for
Yeah.
victory. And we were talking about the sports, and basically what we wanted to do was try and communicate with you guys that these guys need sports to, you know, not just as a, you know, some time out, but actually as part of their rehabilitation. And there is equipment that they're short of, unfortunately, and obviously we're from Wales, so first thing we ask about is rugby.
Yeah.
And so basically what we want to try and do with your help is get 10 rugby wheelchairs out to this centre where they can start practicing wheelchair rugby and perhaps even play against Wales and England at some point in the future. So
and what I think they said as well, that unfortunately the rugby wheelchairs are more expensive than the basketball because they're a totally different design. And and also for basketball as well, because equipment gets damaged and broken, so everything really. So what else would you like to say on that, you know, with equipment?
Is there any other major requirements that, you know, people need to know and what's needed in this particular centre? You know, stuff. I mean, we've identified that we need rugby wheelchairs. What else can people help with to get these guys back rehabilitated and back into society?
We're starting at a third centre, so we're opening a centre in Odessa at the moment. It's still currently being finished off, and Odessa we're going to have quite a large sporting facility there. And so we're still working out what's needed, but we are looking for people that would be interested in helping us build that sporting facility. Anyone that has connections with, you know, maybe sporting supplies companies, basically any old sporting equipment that we can start building up a really good sports hub. It's difficult to say specifics.
Yeah. But you know, we've met you now. We can liaise with you in future. But I think people need to see this and hear it and see you as a person and so positive and so ready to make a difference out here.
I made the decision to stay in Ukraine before I knew about my treatment options, before I knew about superhumans, and it was the best decision I made because I certainly wouldn't have had this positivity. We have very good treatment in the UK, but when you're surrounded by people who have gone through the same injuries in this environment, this is the best place for me. Even
and how long did you have treatment for? How long was you?
I arrived here end of March, and so I've been about 6 weeks in hospital. Got here towards the end of March, and then I was discharged on my leg in June, and just recently got my arm. So I'm still sort of learning how to use that, but it was sort of, you know, January to end of June, so 6 months.
Amazing.
Like you said, I think what we've seen with trauma and orthopedics, because it's sort of been the direction that I've been working in since 2022, is the experience, the level of trauma that Ukraine has suffered is forging the greatest surgeons in the whole world. And Ukraine, now the Ukrainians are showing and teaching us a lot about modern warfare, and certainly about the injuries and the trauma that's created as part of it. Yeah, and I think people need to see the horrific injuries that being caused by the Russians, and we must stop this war, and we must stop Russia from using might as right, and other people using might as right as well without a legal mandate. International law still exists. It's just other people are ignoring it. So let's get back to a state of civilization before we lose civilization. And I keep saying to people, this is the front line of freedom. It is the front line of civilization at the moment. At the end of the day, and I'm not being exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. You can see the injuries being caused to normal people who are just trying to help. So I lost my patch, and I got a fantastic superhumans patch. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with this.
I would just like to say thank you so much. Yes. I mean, it's you're on live and you're going out to so many, hopefully thousands of people back home, and the fact that you're British, you're from Dorset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devon, oh my lord, that's a whole nother thing.
Oh, yeah. And you have this amazing aura about you.
Is he a
so-
Celt as well? Dorset, he's part of the Celtic nation.
Yeah.
We are, I mean, where I'm from, we say West
Colina
Country.
West
Oh, is it? Okay.
So,
Not Celtic.
I don't think it's on the fringes. It's the fringes.
Possibly, you might have to have a look in your genetics. You might have a bit of Celtic blood there somewhere.
Anyway, thank you.
Oh, just put Scottish. He's definitely
Yeah,
a
that's
Celt.
Thank you so
I
much.
thought he was a Celt. There you go, proof.
And I
You
hope
know.
you find your wife and you learn the language. I'm sure you will.
He's looking. He's looking.
Thank you
hard.
so much. Thank you.
Thank you,
And
Jenny.
good luck in your future plans and everything.
And thank you to Yaroslav and Herman as well for showing us this fantastic facility.
Thanks for Eddie and for all superhumans that I have possibility to be in the center of this energy. They are amazing. Yeah. It's incredible. They are superhumans. And you know that this is super, it's in Ukrainian, super patch for super humans. It's right with the person who don't have both hands. He wrote it.
That's tidy.
Prosthesis.
That's tidy handwriting than mine.
Yeah.
Wow,
Well,
that's
that made me do it.
amazing. Amazing. Okay, well, we're going to close now. We're going to move on to another part of the building.
And
So
we might see you later, so
Yeah.
look out for more live streams. But again, you can watch again, and remember to click and like and do all those other things that social media does, so other people can hear this message. Yeah, and ask yourself, what are you doing for Ukraine today? Thank you.
don't know what I've done.